Get ready for the most awaited Turkish dramas of 2025, packed with romance, revenge, and passion. You're watching The Gorgeous World? Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more. Number 1. Tasha Bu Deniz. The sea will overflow. Tasha Bu Deniz unfolds a powerful tale set in a land shaped by wild waves and endless storms. Two families, bound by hatred for generations, are drawn into a story where love dares to challenge enmity. Amidst this turbulent world stands a brave woman, strong, emotional, and unyielding, who refuses to be defeated by fate. Across from her is a man as fierce and unpredictable as the Black Sea itself, fighting against both nature and destiny for the woman he loves. Their connection becomes a storm of its own, threatening to wash away years of pain and resentment. As a stranger enters this divided land, they witness the unending clash between pride, love, and revenge. Through their eyes, the story explores the deep struggles of the mountains, the fury of the sea, and the restless tides within the human heart. Tasha Bu Deniz is not just a love story. It's a battle between what destroys us and what saves us. Number 2. Askamakam. Dunya dreams of becoming a kindergarten teacher, but her world shatters when a tragic accident strikes the construction site where her father works. In the aftermath, she falls into the grasp of Nohayan Erim, a powerful and merciless businessman who forces her into his mansion. Cut off from her family, Dunya faces a life filled with fear, secrets, and manipulation. Inside the mansion's cold walls, she becomes a prisoner of Nohan's control, surrounded by betrayal, obsession, and dangerous alliances. Yet, even in darkness, a spark of hope appears in Sinan, Nohan's loyal right-hand man, who risks his position and life to protect her. As Sinan and Dunya's bond deepens, love blossoms amidst despair. But every secret they uncover draws them deeper into danger. Haunted by the past and trapped in a web of lies, they must decide whether love can truly set them free, or destroy them both. Number 3. Alia, Scars of the Soul. Alia tells the tragic yet gripping story of a young woman whose life is shattered by a cruel twist of fate. Born from the secret affair of ruthless businessman Baki and ambitious Emil, Alia grows up in a small village, completely unaware of her true parentage. Her world collapses when her wealthy biological father needs a donor to save his dying daughter, and Alia's kidney is stolen during a violent kidnapping. Traumatized and betrayed, Alia sets out for Istanbul in search of answers, determined to uncover who orchestrated the crime against her. Along the way, she discovers that even her great love, Kenan, may be hiding painful secrets. As she digs deeper, she becomes entangled in a web of lies, power games, and long-buried family secrets. The ruthless Baki controls not only his household but also the fates of those around him, dictating relationships and destinies. Alia's quest for truth turns into a battle for justice, survival, and love, as betrayals unfold and loyalties are tested, blending themes of revenge, betrayal, and forbidden love. The series follows Alia's transformation from an innocent village girl into a courageous woman confronting the forces that tried to destroy her. Number 4. Halif Cocharin Chagrisi's successor. The Call of the Roots. The story follows Serhat, a brilliant surgeon who has built a new life for himself in Istanbul, far away from the fate his homeland once dictated for him. There, he falls deeply in love with Melek, and the two secretly marry without his family's knowledge. For a while, Serhat believes he has escaped tradition and blood feuds, but destiny soon calls him back to Urfa. Upon his return, he finds himself trapped between two powerful families locked in a bitter vendetta. To preserve peace, he is forced into an unwanted marriage with Ilds through an imam nikah, despite already being bound to Melek. Overnight, Serhat transforms from a respected doctor into a powerful aga, carrying the burden of family honor and tradition. His double life soon begins to collapse when Melek arrives at the mansion, determined to be with the man she loves. Her presence disrupts the fragile balance, igniting jealousy, suspicion, and hidden conflicts within the household. Serhat is now torn between loyalty to his family, his duties as an aga, and the love he swore to protect. As tensions rise, the mansion becomes a battlefield of emotions where no one is truly innocent. Every family member hides secrets, past sins, and painful truths buried deep within. Serhat's struggle is no longer just about power or tradition. It becomes a fight for love, survival, and the courage to face his destiny. And in this storm of loyalty, revenge, and betrayal, his heart will be tested more than ever before. Number 5. Guler Veahar. Sins and Roses. As a young boy, Sirhat watched his world collapse. His father's death and the loss of their family fortune left him with nothing but pain and determination. Years later, he rises from the ashes, building a vast business empire grounded in loyalty, honesty, and hard work. Yet beneath his success lies a man scarred by the past, fearful of betrayal and loss. His carefully built life begins to crumble when his beloved wife, Barak, hides a devastating secret that shatters his trust. Before he can confront her, fate strikes again. Barak falls into a deep coma, leaving behind unanswered questions and haunting guilt. As Sirhat searches for the truth behind her secret, his heart grows cold, consumed by anger and confusion. That's when he crosses paths with Zeynep, a free-spirited florist with a mysterious connection to his past. Unlike anyone he's ever met, Zeynep challenges his pain with warmth, compassion, and a relentless pursuit of truth. Drawn together by fate and shared wounds, Sirhat and Zeynep embark on a journey that blurs the lines between love and redemption. Every step they take uncovers hidden truths, testing their faith in each other and the meaning of forgiveness. In the ruins of betrayal and heartbreak, Sirhat must decide whether to cling to the past that destroyed him or embrace the love that might finally heal his soul. Number 6. Sodakar. Frauds or imposters. The series revolves around the idea that in this story, everyone is a fraud. At its core are Kadir and Ertan, a father and son duo of skilled lawyers who don't always play by the rules. Though they wear the mask of justice, their methods often blur the line between truth and deception. Kadir, the experienced father, believes manipulation is sometimes necessary to uncover justice. Ertan, however, is torn between his father's questionable ethics and his own moral compass. Their bond begins to crack when a young woman named Asia enters their lives. Asia struggles to survive in a harsh world, taking desperate measures to care for her family. Smart, fearless, and streetwise, she's learned that survival sometimes means pretending. When her path crosses with the father-son duo, lies and truths intertwine in dangerous ways. Each of them hides secrets, and each uses deceit as a shield. Asia's charm and vulnerability test Ertan's sense of right and wrong. Meanwhile, Kadir sees in her a reflection of his own manipulative nature. As alliances shift, the line between justice and fraud fades completely. In a world built on deception, no one is innocent, and everyone has something to hide. Number 7. Valiant Crown Prince. The story of Valiant begins at the Istanbul bus terminal, where power and family secrets rule everything. Zulfikar Karsli, who was once the most feared man there, now has health problems that have left him weak and vulnerable. Everyone waits for his son Zafer, who is said to be returning from abroad, to take control of the empire. But fate has a different plan. Far from this world of power, Timur is just a poor mobile mechanic struggling every day to pay off his father's debts. One unexpected encounter pulls him into the dark and dangerous world of the Karsli family. Suddenly, Timur finds himself in the role of Zafer Karsli, the heir everyone has been waiting for. From that moment, nothing remains the same. The Karsli children, Kudret, Daria, Janet, and even Zafer's wife Rayhan, all see their lives turn upside down. Old rivalries rise again, love mixes with revenge, and hidden truths begin to surface. Timur, who only wanted a simple life, now carries the weight of a family empire on his shoulders. Every step he takes draws him deeper into secrets he never imagined. Every decision threatens to destroy him or give him power he never dreamed of. And in the middle of all this chaos, a dangerous yet passionate love story begins to unfold. What makes this series even more exciting is its powerful cast. Leading the show is Akin Akinozu, whose massive international fan base alone can turn Valiant into a global sensation. And I truly believe the series could be the next biggest hit of the year. Number 8. Cennetin Çocukları. Children of Heaven. Iskender ruled the dark alleys of Istanbul like a king of shadows, ruthless, feared, and bound by his own brutal code of honor. His name alone could silence a room, and his loyalty was earned only through blood. But one night, a betrayal from within shattered everything. Left bleeding on the cold streets, the man who once commanded fear was abandoned to die. When Iskender opens his eyes again, he is in a quiet Aegean town, a world far from the chaos he once knew. Here, strangers welcome him as Camel, a long-lost son who has finally come home. A kind mother, a blind little sister, and a warmth he has never known surround him. For the first time in his life, he feels peace, but peace built on a lie. Haunted by memories of gunfire and betrayal, Iskandar struggles to live as someone he's not. Each smile from the family pierces his conscience deeper, forcing him to question who he truly is. But the past doesn't forgive. The mafia's reach is long, and old enemies are closing in. Then comes the revelation that changes everything. This family isn't a coincidence. They are his blood. Now, standing between two worlds, Iskandar must choose. Will he return to the ruthless streets that forged him, or embrace the fragile love that could save his soul? In the end, Cennetin Çocuklar becomes a story not just of crime, but of rebirth, forgiveness, and the painful cost of becoming truly human. Number 9. Istanbul, My Love. Istanbul, My Love is a soulful, modern miniseries. A brilliant entrepreneur named Istanbul, played by Afra Sarıçoğlu, has developed an advanced AI algorithm she believes can solve everything, even love. She pitches it to Tan, portrayed by Engin Akyurek, a successful but emotionally reserved businessman. He challenges her. If her algorithm can get him true love in just 3 dates, he'll back her company. What starts as a technology-driven experiment gradually becomes an emotional journey for both of them. When their paths cross unexpectedly beneath the glowing lights of the Bosphorus, something unspoken begins to stir, something neither data nor destiny can fully explain. Their journey unfolds across the city's most iconic locations, where every encounter blurs the line between logic and longing. As the connection deepens, so do their internal conflicts, and the city itself becomes a silent witness to their emotional tug-of-war. Rooted in glances, gestures, and unspoken truths, Istanbul, My Love explores what happens when artificial intelligence meets raw human feeling, when control gives way to intuition. Without giving too much away, it's a delicate, poetic tale of two people trying to navigate love in a world where everything feels both real and unreal at once. Produced by Go Turkey, the series is part of a broader effort to celebrate and promote the cultural richness, emotional depth, and cinematic allure of Turkey to the world. Number 10. Esrif Ria. Esrif, an orphan young man, is raised amid the ruthless corridors of the criminal underworld. Despite his meteoric rise to power, he is haunted by the lingering memory of a lost love named Ria. Over time, he transforms his grim surroundings into a formidable empire by forging a makeshift family out of hardened criminals. His icy exterior conceals a deep, unfulfilled yearning for inner peace and redemption. When Nisan, a gifted and sincere young musician, unexpectedly enters his life, his guarded heart begins to soften. Nisan's passion and gentle nature awaken feelings within him that he had long thought extinguished. As their bond deepens, Esrif Ria finds himself forced to confront the contradictions of his violent existence. The resurgence of Ria's memory complicates his emotions, stirring both regret and longing. Torn between his duty to a perilous criminal empire and the possibility of a transformative new beginning, he faces an impossible choice. Rival factions and treacherous allies intensify the challenges, testing his leadership and inner resolve. Amid escalating conflicts, Esrif is compelled to protect those he holds dear while wrestling with his dark past. His journey evolves into a battle for redemption where honor and betrayal continuously clash. In the crucible of his strife, he discovers that true strength can emerge from embracing the turbulent interplay of love, power, and destiny. Forces him to redefine who he truly is. Ultimately, Esrif Ria unfolds as a riveting saga of transformation, where even a life steeped in darkness can be illuminated by the power of love. Number 11. Charpinti. Charpinti is a gripping Turkish drama revolving around a life-saving heart transplant that binds two very different families. Asli, a young woman dependent on an artificial heart support device, finally receives a donor heart, but the organ once belonged to Meliki, a girl who tragically passed away. Meliki's mother struggles with bittersweet emotions. Gratitude that her daughter's heart saved a life, and grief that it's no longer beating in her own child. For her, Asli becomes almost like another daughter, a living reminder that Meliki is still here. However, the bond between donor and recipient families is tested when events unfold without the donor's family's knowledge, sparking accusations and questions of moral rights. Aras Alkan, played by Karen Burson, a mysterious figure connected to the other family, steps into Asal's life after the transplant, triggering unexpected changes. The two mothers, Julia and Tulin, come from opposing worlds but are forced together by this shared heart. As secrets from the past surface, the families must navigate grief, guilt, and newfound love. The series delves into the emotional and ethical complexities of organ donation. It's a tale of hidden truths, intertwined destinies, and love born from the shadows of loss. Number 12. Guler Karadeniz, Waves of Love. Imagine waking up one day to find that everything you believed about your life was a lie. That's exactly what happens to Azil. Played by Halif Cocharin in Guler Karadeniz, Waves of Love, a powerful Turkish drama by O3 Media. Azil, a principled and fearless sea captain, returns home after a long voyage, hoping for peace. But one wrong move drags him into a dark web of power struggles, betrayal, and family secrets. Unknowingly, he disrupts the criminal network run by his half-brother Mehmet. This confrontation forces him to face Osman, the ruthless father who once abandoned him. As shocking truths unravel, Azil realizes his entire life has been built on lies. The past he tried to escape now threatens to destroy everything he loves. In the middle of the storm stands Gunesh, the woman he loves, now trapped within the very family he never knew was his. Bound by fate and blood, Azil must choose between revenge and forgiveness. The sea becomes both his refuge and his battleground. Every wave carries echoes of pain, love, and truth. Guler Karadeniz paints a haunting tale of lost identity, forbidden love, and destiny's cruel tide. Number 13. Usuzak Shahir. Usuzak Shahir is a Turkish drama series that intricately weaves themes of love, betrayal, and the complexities surrounding a forced marriage. The narrative follows Alia Albora, who arrives in Mardin from Canada with her late husband's body and their 5-year-old son, aiming to fulfill his last wishes. Upon arrival, she encounters the powerful Albora family, effectively preventing her departure. Central to the plot is Alia's coerced marriage to Jahan Albora, her late husband's brother. This union is orchestrated by the family to maintain their honor and control, highlighting the theme of forced marriage. The series delves into Alia's struggle against the oppressive traditions of the Albora family, her fight for autonomy, and the challenges of adapting to a life she did not choose. As secrets unravel and tensions escalate, Alia and Jahan's relationship evolves amidst power struggles and emotional turmoil. Through its portrayal of Alia and Jahan's forced marriage, Usuzak Shahir offers a poignant exploration of personal freedom versus familial obligations, set against the rich cultural backdrop of Mardin. Number 14. Aşk ve Gözyaşı, Queen of Tears. The story follows Mahira and Selim, a couple whose marriage stands on the edge of collapse. Once deeply in love, they now live like strangers under the same roof, together, yet miles apart. Their once magical, fairy tale romance has withered into silence and distance. Just as they prepare to part ways, fate delivers unexpected news that changes everything. This shocking twist forces them to confront the love, pain, and memories they've long buried. Life gives them one final chance to either fix what's broken or finally let go. Through tears, arguments, and tender moments, Mahira and Selim rediscover pieces of the bond they thought was lost. Each day becomes a test of forgiveness, patience, and rediscovery. Their journey is emotional, raw, and filled with the ache of what could have been. As love is reborn from heartbreak, both realize that endings can also be beginnings. Blending romance and deep human drama, the series paints a moving portrait of fragile hearts, an adaptation of South Korea's hit Queen of Tears. It brings the same emotional intensity to Turkish screens. At its core, it's a story about finding love again, when love seemed long gone. Number 15. Cuma. Cuma follows Jalen, a kind and dutiful daughter who is forced to flee when her father, desperate to pay his debts, tries to sell her as a Cuma or second wife. On the road, she meets Karen, a wealthy young businessman who takes her under his protection, and their whirlwind romance leads to marriage. But Jalen's happiness is shattered when she is framed for the murder of Karen's brother, and a heartbroken Karen, convinced of her guilt, marries his late brother's widow instead. He then humiliates Jalen by forcing her to become his Cuma, a second wife tasked with bearing his children. Trapped in a hostile household, Jalen must summon her courage to uncover the truth, prove her innocence, and fight to reclaim both her freedom and the love she once shared with Karen. These upcoming Turkish dramas promise love, betrayal, and powerful stories you won't forget. Tell us in the comments which series you're most excited for in 2025. You're watching The Gorgeous World? Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more drama updates.